Good morning, good morning. On this beautiful Saturday, the 11th of January 2025. It's a beautiful day today. The sun is shining. There's a slight breeze. The air is clear. It's wonderful. Trust that you're well. And thank you for viewing my videos. It's very much appreciated. You're welcome to share and to like. It's on YouTube and can be accessed by my name and punching in the word rapture, and then you'll see the playlist there. My previous video I dealt with Matthew 24, where I was looking at the deception warning of Christ in the prophecy, and I looked at the need for us to be careful of not interpreting scripture to the point where we call out dates and say when the return of Christ is going to be, as has happened in history in the past even centuries, where people were calling out dates and waiting for a fulfillment of a prophecy that they saw, and just to discover that the day went on as per normal. So that was very important for us to always be aware that it says in Matthew 24, Christ said that no one knows the day nor the hour, not even the angels know, only the Father. So that's scripture, and one cannot detour from those strong prophecies and warnings. But also, we also looked at how Christ said that in the days of Noah, it's going to be the same as then, that people will be going on with their normal lives as if nothing's going to happen, and until the flood came and they were all carried away. And the coming of the Son of Man, that's him, will be similar in a similar way, where people will be carrying on in their normal lives, unaware and not unconcerned, and until the actual day catches them by surprise. It's also mentioned that he'll come as a thief in the night. Today I'm going to look again at another aspect of prophecy, namely this thing about scoffing. As I mentioned earlier on, that people are so dismissive about prophecy, as if this will never happen. They even get to the point where they're mocking and they're scoffing at this. And we see this prophecy also in the New Testament, where 2 Peter, I just want to read that part for you, 2 Peter chapter 3. 2 Peter, you can go and check on it for yourself. Chapter 3, verse 3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days, a specific time, we're in those last days now, in the last days, scoffers, walking after their own lusts. We're seeing that a lot today. Goes on here with verse 4, and saying, so this is what they're saying. What do they say? Where is the promise of his coming? That's referring to the coming of the Lord. For since the fathers fell asleep, that is when people passed away and died and buried and so on, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. So this is what they're saying. And if you go on social media, you will see that a lot of this kind of thing happening. People are going on with their lustful sins. In fact, just today I was engaged in a discussion or debate with people who are promoting and enabling same-sex marriage, and they're basically saying the same thing that this prophecy is revealing here now. So today I want to continue with that, and just to show you one example. There are other examples in the Bible, but one example quite early on, found in Genesis 19. Now, if you're unacquainted with the story, please go and read Genesis 19, because it refers to something that a lot of people know of today through other means. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah. We hear quite a lot of it, even if we never read the Bible. But go and read it, because it is actually a historical account of that event, but it's also got spiritual lessons intertwined there. Apparently, the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were very sinful and wicked, and to the point where God decided to destroy those cities. So the problem was that there were righteous people also in the city, in the name of Lot, who was related to Abram. Okay, so he was there, and the Lord sent two angels to rescue him before he destroys the city. So this chapter 19 describes that whole event, how they came there, and he invited the angels to his house, and how they were accosted by the men of the city wanting to have intimacy with these angels, thinking they men. And there was this thing about homosexuality then. Somehow or other they survived the night, because the angels struck those men with blindness so that they couldn't actually enter the house. Before the next day, the angels asked Lot, has he got any other family that need to escape, that they can escape with? And he mentioned his sons-in-law, and he was told to go and inform them. As he went to inform them, they were in this attitude of mocking. They scoffed at what Lot was saying. They didn't believe. So basically, the spiritual lesson is there that they were spiritually blind. They could not see the impending danger and what was Lot talking about. So the next morning, the angels were hurriedly getting ready, and they asked for all the family, and they grabbed hold of the hands of Lot, his wife, and his two daughters. Obviously, the sons-in-law were not with, and they escaped. And to cut a long story short, the two cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed by brimstone from heaven, and Lot and his core family, they escaped, rescued by the angel. Now, that is an example of how people can be going on as if everything is normal, and they're spiritually blind. They don't listen to warnings like what I'm trying to do even here now. And what the result is, when impending disaster does strike, they are not prepared. I want to express this point here by saying that we people that actually do part of these warnings, and there's several of us, are viewed as cranks many times, and the people who do that are fall into this group of mockers, dismissive, scoffers. And for me, it is not about the number of people who follow, or about fame, or about subscribers. Even if two people take note of what I'm saying today and want to address their lives in terms of getting prepared for what is coming, then I'm happy. But it doesn't matter to me whether two people listen, or 100 people, or whatever the number is. The point is that it's been said, it's gone out. If you viewed it, there is no excuse after this. Somebody needs to take note. I don't know who it might be, but it's not my concern. People may think we cranks, we waste our time, we're not succeeding. It doesn't matter. Once the viewer has been presented with this information, then it's up to them. It's up to them. But I sincerely hope that this video will reach some people and convict them of the need to take note of this thing called prophecy and the fulfillment of it. Because it's happening today. You know, there were huge fires that the Americans can't control in California. If you watch your news, it's terrible. Now, in 2022-23, I've heard prophecies relating to these fires, and now when we see that, it's the fulfillment of those prophecies. So one can't be dismissive about prophecy, as many people are. They don't listen, they're spiritually blind, and they will encounter what is happening afterwards. The people there in Hollywood and those places, they never knew that they would be in such a predicament as they discovered today. And there's several other prophecies are lined up that are coming. So I urge you to, take this to heart and share it with other people. Reflect on it, because it's extremely important. And I just want to wish you a great Saturday further.